friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations. And I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So if you are looking for easy to use, easy to clean, inexpensive DIY projects and ideas, then you are in the right place. But first off, I want to let you know that, well, when you come, I skipped ahead. When you hop on the live and or the replay, go ahead and say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I also want to let you know that I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. If you click that link, that just allows StreamYard permission to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. You can choose not to click that link. Just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user. I'll acknowledge your comment. I'll say hi, but I just won't know who to personalize the hi for. So let's see who has said hi. Jason is watching from the other side of the door. And as always, if you like what you see during this project and think others should see it, or if you just want to help out my channel, go ahead and spread the chocolate love around Facebook and YouTube. Click that like button, click that heart button, subscribe, turn on all your notifications, and as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. So with that, let's go ahead and flip the camera. And I will warn you, this is probably going to be a long one. So we're going to be using a portion of the, and my apologies, it's going to turn green. We'll be using a portion of Land of the Free transfer. And I also want to show you that this one happens to come with, or it doesn't come with, you can purchase a set of chocolate chip cutouts to go with this transfer. So I have put a cart link in the description of all of the videos, so you can click that cart link. I have this transfer in there. I have the cutouts, and then I have a few paste singles. So if you purchase the transfer, don't forget to pick up the adjoining or the accompanying chocolate chips that go with this transfer. We may also use a piece from and I'm just bringing in the chips because it helps my lighting. The 1776 Patriotic stars. I may either use this one or this one for some of the star aspect of our project. So I'm going to put those aside because it's going to be a while probably. So I have this surface that I've had in my stash. It is a set of 4 timbers that came separate. They were just in a bundle, and I have put them together with paint sticks and probably some glue. They were really rough. I don't know if you can see all that texture, but I sanded them down. So we're gonna kind of distress paint this, and then we're going to be doing something with wood biscuits here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this painted so that we can get started on the project. And if it gets too long, I may stop and do a part 2. I don't want to keep you here for a long time, but I think it's going to be a really cool project. So again, don't forget to say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Okay, so I'm just putting on some gloves because this part's always messy. So we are going to be base coating this. We're going to be putting a couple things on it, but I want to base coat it with this antiquing wax. It kind of acts as a kind of a faux stain. I don't have a large paintbrush, so I need to grab one. Just snag this one. Okay, so we're just going to roughly paint this. Actually, I'm going to paint it on and kind of wipe it off. And I may do the sides and the back later. I prefer to do those first actually, but if I'm just doing some ordinary crafting, but tonight we're just gonna do the top side first. And then I may do that stuff later. So I just like to kind of paint this stuff on, and then I come back in and wipe off the excess. Actually, I'm going to turn a fan on and kind of help it dry a little faster. Kind of dry as I go, maybe. So I'm just literally slapping some of this on. I'm not too worried if it doesn't get in the nooks and crannies because we'll be going over it with paint. But if you are worried about getting into all those nooks and crannies, you can just kind of pounce your brush. So again, I'm just going to come in and wipe all that out. Oops. I like this stuff because it looks like stain. It kind of seals off your project, especially if you have any knots that may seep later, and it dries super quick. And it's not, yeah, it doesn't stink like stain does, but it gives you that stained look. And then one more. Just kind of jam it into those crannies. Okie doke. Where's my, put my brush down. I might go ahead and get my sides real quick. Of course, I just do that. I can just use kind of what's on the paper towel for part of it anyway. Okay, let's let that dry. I'm going to leave my gloves on. Okay. So, put that away. I'm going to kind of help it dry a little bit. I know that's totally not going to dry on its own, so I'm just going to set it over here and kind of turn the fan over on it. Hopefully that doesn't make too much annoying noise. And then let's pull out, let's get to work on our biscuits. So these come in these are the number 20 biscuits, so they're the larger biscuits. and they come in a package of 85. So you can do a lot with these biscuits. I also have a couple of circles here that I have glued together, so they're just kind of hanging out, and they are 2 inches. I just had them in my stash, so I just glued 2 together to make it thicker, to make them almost the same width or depth as these biscuits. So I think I have 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do 10 just in case. I'm just going to take one off for right now. Or actually, I'll just take them both off for right now. So that an easy way to paint these is to stick some tape down and then stick the biscuits to the tape. And then if you need a little extra support, you can tape those ends down. Just keeps them from going anywhere, and you don't have to hold them. In fact, I'm going to do a little double duty here. I'm going to take a pick. So I'm the one-man content creator here, so that I can do a Tip Tuesday. So don't mind me. I'm just going to take a pick so I can use that later. Okay, out of the way. Thanks. So I need to see, some of these I'm going to paint red, some I'm going to paint white, and some I'm going to paint blue. So let's just get our circle out here so that I don't paint the wrong ones, the wrong color. And I think that'll kind of work. Okay, so two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I'm going to we'll do these 4 in blue. Help me remember. Red, white, red, white, red, white. So 3 will be in red. And then these will be in white. And then this will have to be in blue. Okay, now let's do this a little differently. Let's do these diagonally. So actually, I'll try to keep these 3 together. We'll put the blue over there with that. So this will just kind of help keep your biscuits stationary while you paint them. It's kind of close together. This probably wasn't the best box, but it'll work. So I have some royal blue. I have some lipstick red. And I have some winter white. And then I have some paintbrushes. Jason says he could come be my assistant. I'm good. I just thought I'd take a moment. So I'm just going to get one of my palettes out. I probably haven't used this at all or in a while. Oh boy, that's thick. Doesn't even want to shake. And then white. Oh, I just put a booger in my... Okay, so blue, red, and white, or what doesn't, yeah. So I think I'm just going to slap some paint on. You can try to get the sides. That's kind of, the box makes it a little easier to get the sides. You don't have to pick them up or anything. Again, I told you this is going to take a while, so if you need to leave and come back or watch the replay, I totally understand. Nobody wants to watch me paint, but I literally didn't know what I was going to do until about 6:45, and then of course I came in to try to do some prep work, and that didn't happen. Try to get to the sides. Hopefully this will work. I watched MMB Inspired Creations make something similar to this. So of course I had to put my chalk spin on it. And you could totally paint these with your chalk paste. You water it down just a little bit, but I have so much acrylic, Crafters acrylic paint that I just need to get it used up. This is probably a little bit more blue than I wanted, but so I can kind of pick up the box and see my sides. Oops, you can't even see what I do. What did you say I do too, Jason? I forgot what I asked. Okay, so let's paint our circle blue. So we can get the edges of that. Oh, you want to watch me paint? Uh-oh. It looks like I froze for a little bit. Am I back? That was weird. I came back, but I'm super blurry on my end. Am I super blurry on your end? And the blue doesn't have to be perfect because we'll be putting some white stars over it. I do want to get some of these sides a little better. Okay, put that paintbrush down. So let's go to red. So I'm just kind of, hey, Miss Ashley. Jason said it was a little blurry for a bit, but it's improving. How are you doing, Miss Ashley? I was warning everybody that this one's going to be a lot of painting. So if you can't hang the whole time, I completely understand, but I'd love for you to hang out as long as possible. We are making a Patriotic wood biscuit sunflower sign. I base coated this over here with some Waverly antique wax. It's one of your favorites that I stole the idea from you. It makes a fantastic faux stain. So now we're just painting wood biscuits. These are the number 20 wood biscuits, so I think these are the larger ones. These are the same wood biscuits that I made the regular sunflower wood biscuit sign out of. I should make some more of those for the fall. This would be a great couch crafting activity if you secured these really well, like I did in this box. So I have them stuck to tape, so I can kind of move the box around without getting, so I can get all the sides without getting my fingers all nasty. Oops, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Just trying to get all the sides. So I think I'm done with red, so now we'll move on to white. Oops. Now it's going to be pink. Ooh. So I just have these stuck down with some painter's tape that I stuck upside down so it's sticky side up. So then I don't have to hold these and get my fingers all yucky. You could also use, like if you have an old cutting machine sticky mat. I've used that before. Or you can get the really the budget-friendly Hobby Lobby brand and use the sticky mats to hold your little wood cutouts down. These white ones are hard to tell if I've got all the sides covered or not. Okay, that's good enough. So I'm going to put, let's dry these a little bit. I'm going to give my circle another coat because I have some glue spots from where I glued it, the two together. So I want to make sure that that's all covered. But it's not a terrible ordeal because we'll also be adding stars, but just want to make sure I get it good and covered. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. I think this is fairly dry now. Let's just put these right over here so they'll just hang out a little bit. Move some of this other stuff out of the way. Okay, so let's bring this back in. I can't tell if it's cold just from the we'll go for it. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to use this white paint since it's out. Try to use up some of my 152,000 bottles of paint. So I'm just going to try to dry brush this on. So I'm going to load up my brush a little bit. And just kind of really splotchily paint it. I may not even take a lot off. Just hope yeah, I don't think that undercoat was dry. That white's probably going to turn brown. Take some of that off. It doesn't have to look, luckily I don't want it perfect. I'm all out of frame tonight. So I'm going to let that dry, and we're going to help it along the hair dryer. Okay. Those parts of it are kind of tan. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more white in some places. Just to kind of bring out more of that white. A little less brown. that look rustic enough? Okay, let's get that dry. Okay. You can always come in with a sander and knock back some of that if you want to. Especially, I'm going to do it some on the edges right here, just since I won't be able to when I get my sunflower on there. Okay, let's move that out of our way. I don't think I need that anymore. Let's come in and make sure that these are dry. Especially the blue ones. I might bring this back in. I'll just set it right here. So I want to get my blue ones. Hopefully they're mostly dry. I might flip them over and make sure the backs are, so I don't end up getting blue everywhere. I can see a spot. Jason says it's amazing how I'm able to get that amazing distressed look with just acrylic. It's just that dry brush. A lot of people use wax or Vaseline, which gives it a more of a chippy look. One of these days I'd like to experiment with the Elmer's glue crackle, but I just haven't yet. I've missed a few spots, so just gonna pretty good. Okay. Okay, so these, I don't know if it really matters. Let's see. Going back to my example. I just want to see if, I'm probably thinking about it too much. Nope. So we can do these individually if we want to. I'm going to tape them down again. So I just have a big old strand, and it's like I'm going to make a double loop, but I just do an end. And then I do the same thing to the other end. I just tuck it down. And if you want a little extra stability, just add a little bit on. To the end. Okay. Let's get I might actually use I'm going to use this star. It doesn't look like a star pattern, but it is. And it doesn't look like it is supposed to be a star. So I'm going to get these really close together. And then I'll do the circle last. Oops. Let's move this one. I'll stick it underneath. I don't know how many stars we're going to catch this way, but we'll give it a whirl. So I just have the star. This has some stars and then a bunch of little stars. I need to get a squeegee. And I just have some white, bright white chalk paste. And we'll see how this works. Between the texture of the biscuits, we'll see if this works. Just a little bit more. Okay, cross your fingers. I need some assistance with this, so just need those to get held on. It's not exactly what I wanted, but doesn't look very good up close. It's pretty pretty yucky up close, but that's okay. The biscuits are really textured, and so I think that played a part. So maybe this circle will turn out better. Let's see. So I'm going to lay this on my table over here and just kind of spray it down so that the paste stays wet until I can get it fully washed. The circle did turn out a little better. I think it's just because those are so rough. Let's see. Yeah, and both sides, I don't know if you can see that, both sides have a texture on them. So you could probably sand that off like that. I'm not terribly worried. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty, ugh. Let's just see real quick what would happen. You can sand off a lot of that texture. I bet with that. It would be tedious, but you could do it. Yeah, got rid of some of it, but it's still textured, and that would be very tedious. We'll use it. Okie doke. I forgot to grab my wood glue. And I probably need to plug it in my glue gun. I should have done. Let's do that right now. I think we are mostly ready to put it together. It didn't take it too long, forever to paint, but okay, so let's cut those off. I probably should chalk my sentiment before I get too far, but hopefully these are dry. They're not. Okay, these aren't quite dry yet. Not the bottoms anyway. Okay, let's put that to the side. Let's get these dried on the bottom. I'll have to do some looking around on the interwebs to see if there are different biscuit manufacturers that make them non-textured. I don't know. These I didn't paint very with them. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Okay. This one will just be mine. If I make other ones, I'll pay a little bit more heed to the quality of my workmanship. I think it's already cute though, if I do say so myself. So I need to figure out a stem. Oops. I'm going to put a sentiment down this way, so maybe I should move it over this way a little bit. So I'll center on that board. I should probably put my circle down first, and then I thought I'd bring this. Gosh, you guys can't even see that. And I have one more. And then I need to squeeze a stem in there. And I need to cut it off probably about right there. Let's see if my little miter tool will work. Probably shoot myself in the eye. Okay. Nope, cuts like butter. So let's figure out what color to paint that, but we'll leave that off for right now. Yeah, that cut through that thing like butter. Okay, so I'm gonna, my glue gun heated up. So I'm going to add a few dots of my favorite wood glue is Titebond. It dries quick, but it dries good. And they have different kinds of, or different, for different applications. This one is quick and thick. Dries 2 to 3 times thicker. It's for interior projects, but they do have some that are interior and exterior. I like this one. It's also paintable. I'm just going to put a few dollops of hot glue for some instant bond. Be careful when you are using glue with chalk, because if you get any liquid glue on your hands and you go to press down your materials, you could transfer that moisture to the chalk and that might reconstitute it. Let's turn those that way. I'll paint my stem later. I put the lid on. Jason says it's adorable. Thank you. It's hard to get out. And a few little dollops of daisy. I'm going to do this one. So we'll put this white one on. And I'll just kind of go around. And I kind of squash it down. I don't know, I think that's going to screw everything up. I think I kind of want this one up there, because that way it's more in the corner. Then doesn't it go red? Yeah, I'm just going to mess everything up here. Oh, fart, I can't do that. Dadgummit. I could leave it that way. That's not truly how it goes, but that might be how it goes tonight, because I think I would prefer that blue up there. This works this way. Glue it down before you change your mind, Robin. I'm probably using too much glue. Okay, so let's go up this way. Oh. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's a tip that's less painted than others, and then that's what I put towards the circle. Sorry, gosh, you can't see any of that. Making sure I press down really good to squish that hot glue down. Done, so I just have 2 more. And then we'll do our little sentiment on the side. Oops. I think my pad must have went poopsie doodly. Nope, almost. Oops. And all gosh, my grammar is terrible. I'll paint that stem later. I just got to figure out what color I want to do it. Okay, there's our cute little sunflower. Cute. Okay, so let's bring out, get all this stuff pushed to the side. Let's bring in Land of the Free. And I think I might wax that a little bit. So, if you're new here, this is a Couture adhesive backed reusable transfer. So because it's reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of it, you should always write something on the back side, whether it be the name of the transfer or just the word back. That way, when you're done cleaning it and you're ready to store it away, you know that it goes on this side of the backer sheet. You'll also notice that it has these lines. These are suggested cut lines, and you can cut your transfer into different pieces, backer sheet and all. But I like to keep my backer sheets intact until I decide where I'm going to store them. So for right now, I'm just going to score along those lines. So I've lifted up a piece of the transfer, and I'm just going to score across that trim line. And I think I'm going to use this one. You can either, it says Land of the Free or Land That I Love. If this is Yeah, I like the America, and I could try to put it straight, but I'm not a big fan of that font. So I think we'll just do this, and that may be it. I could do a few stars, but I don't know. I don't think I want to do that either. So I'm going to wax that portion of my, this isn't going to be terribly long. Just a lot of painting. I'm going to heat up my wax a little bit with my hot setting of my blow dryer. Nope, I unplugged it, so I'm not. Let's get it plugged back in. My wax is kind of hard, and so it's not very easy to get out. So if I heat it up a little bit, it's a little more malleable, and it spreads a little easier that way. So I'm just going to do this section where I'm going to paste. This is going to help kind of seal in those nooks and crannies. It's going to give me a little smoother surface to apply my chalk design on. It's also going to keep my transfer from sticking so hard that it pulls or distorts when I go to remove it. It worked out well that portion of the sign is smoother. It's not as rustic though. And then I'm going to fuzz this just a little bit to knock back a little bit of that adhesive. So I'm just going to put some lint, literally, from this terry cloth fuzz towel on the back side of this transfer. Just to give it a little bit more, just to give myself a little bit more security so that my, so it just protects my transfer a little better. And I'm going to burnish it really well because I'm on a very uneven surface. I want to make sure my edges are sealed. And I think I'm just going to do it in black, which I didn't get out, but that's okay. We can get it out. So let's grab another squeegee. So I'm just dipping it into my chalk paste. And I'm just going to lightly use a very light hand just because I don't want to ooze my paste into any of those nooks and crannies that I might not have gotten sealed up with the wax. And I removed the excess, put it back in my jar, tried to even out my squeegee lines. Now let's peel it back. Oops, I missed a little tiny spot that I can see. I'm going to peel it back slowly. That way if I see any spots that I might have missed. I'm going to put this down on my table and spray it down until I can get to it. what it's going to look like. I'm just going, I don't have any sticky tape. I know what I can do. This is not going to be permanent. I'm just doing this for camera's sake. And I'm just literally taping it down here. Just so when I hold it up, it doesn't go anywhere. So I think it'd be really cute to add a little just a bunch of messy bow ribbons there. There is a cute little, I didn't get that spacing right there, but that's okay. I should have moved that blue one up, but I think that turned out super cute. You could also distress the edges of the white to make them stand out a little more against the white background. Just trying to remove some of these hot glue strands. There's our cute little Patriotic Sunflower made with wood biscuits and little Land of the Free. Let's, Ashley says so cute. Thank you. Well, there it is. Oops. Super cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to add a bow right there. Just a kind of a, with some small thin ribbons. Maybe, or maybe even down, maybe down here closer to the bottom. We'll just have to see. So yeah, I think we'll stop there. Let's do our giveaway again. So let me pull up my iPad because it seems to work better here. So I had this morning's check-in question. It was post a pic from your camera roll that's pink. So I have 3 participants. So just as a reminder, I do a live check-in question game, answer this. And if you participate, then you are entered into that night's Happy Mail giveaway that I do during the live. You don't need to be present to win. You don't even have to purchase anything. It's just something fun. But I had 3 participants this morning, so I've got them all loaded up. So I'm just going to hit the confirm button, and then we're going to hit start. And it looks like Amanda won again. She's won 2 nights in a row, or 2 lives in a row. So congratulations again to Amanda. I will let her know, and I will get started on her Happy Mail. So make sure you're checking my Facebook page at least every Monday and Wednesday for those check-in posts. They're a lot of fun. I'm getting to know my community very well, but they're just a lot of fun. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I don't know about this weekend. I have to work at Junk in the Trunk, and then it's Father's Day, so we'll be heading to my dad's house. So I'm not for sure about this weekend. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a Friday afternoon. I don't know. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the evening. I hope you all have a great week. If I don't see you this weekend, have a great weekend. Be safe. And I will see you back definitely next Monday. But thanks for your support, and thanks for hanging out with me. See you later.